So, welcome aboard, everyone. Where is the camera? Oh, yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah, sorry.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. We've got a very different setup than usual, so forgive us. Please, someone drop a comment in the comments and let us know you're watching along. Kim, have you got it set to a delay so that if someone's commenting, we have to wait? I can't.
Yeah, there will be a few seconds delay before we see your comment, but please.
Val's right there.
Oh,
so,
hey, Val.
Yay. Okay, good. We're trying out new software. We've got a slightly different viewpoint for you guys, so we're going to be looking up at you up there. And yeah, other than that, do you want to do a proper intro now that we've talked about silly things that aren't related to what we're doing?
I'm going to mention that we're trying new software because I'm hoping it all worked out. Can you confirm that you were able to get on from our pre-scheduled live that we had on our either my or Kat's
Hey Annie, hey Nellie
YouTube channel? That would be great to know because it's the first time we've
Janice.
done an actual live.
Yeah. And Janice is from Midland, so hello.
Oh, hi,
Midland.
Janice.
Yeah.
Hi, Annie. Hi, Nellie.
Hey,
hi, Val. Hi, Philippa. Awesome to see you.
Yeah, great to have you guys along. Yay.
You can see we're also trying a new setup in terms of how we've set up the camera, and we're side by side, which is a first. But I think it's a neat idea. I hope it works out well because
it's awesome. They're
like
saying
the
that
idea.
Val said they got on from our channel, so that's awesome. Or from my channel. Hey Lisa, and no problems for her. So yay. And hello Anne, that's awesome. So
we got another Anne.
We've got
great.
We're reading comments.
Yeah,
and
our comments are down here, and you're up there. So
forgive us if we're all over the map. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today we thought last time we did a holiday live stream, we did paper crafting, which is something I love. There's so many things I love, though, I have to admit. But we both love gel plate printing, and we thought that would be a fun thing to do with we're going to explore a holiday theme. We haven't come up with anything beyond that. There's no fancy conceptual whatever. And of course, you are free to do whatever you wish. So, yeah, and we have no plan beyond that, right? Maybe you have a plan. No. That's good.
I'm just glad I'm here with you, which is it's been so long.
It's a rare, it's been so long since we've done a joint thing.
It already feels like home because we did so many live streams together, guesting on each other's live streams during the pandemic. So.
Virtual studio party and especially virtual collage jam.
Yep.
Not that I wasn't usually on camera for that, but I was on mic. I guess I should have put the mic on your side since you're quieter and I'm louder.
It's all right. I'll bellow.
Anyway,
and if you think that's a bellow, but anyway, hopefully you can hear me. Hello, Kathleen.
Awesome. Hi, Kathleen.
Yeah. Janice
says, trying to try gel.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Gel it's addictive.
Yeah.
I'm warning you.
Yep.
It's awesome though. Oh, and Lisa's here.
Yep.
Hi, Lisa. And anyway, this is my part of my lunch. We barely got anything to eat before we got everything set up, or before we hit live.
Well, and that actually, Kim does not like to eat very heavily before she does something.
No.
I'm the opposite. I had a big omelet. I've got more snacks here, so.
But I made a nice fresh berry smoothie, so that's what I've got here.
Awesome, and it's like super thick, so that's great. If you guys are having some sort of nice holiday beverage or snack, please let us know in the comments. I'm afraid we are not having holiday-oriented stuff. I'm having oatcakes.
No, we haven't had a chance to bake anything.
No, but I am having my coffee in a nice nutcracker mug, so that's about.
And my green tea is in a Christmas mug
Happy
too.
Holidays mug. So that's about as far as we've managed. Maybe we'll be making Christmassy or seasonal.
Well, I think the holiday theme is what we
Yeah, exactly.
what we want for today's activities.
Oh my goodness, Elaine is here. Hello, Elaine.
And Mia.
And Mia.
Yay, Mia.
Mia says, for some reason, could not join the live chat, but hurriedly figured it out. Hands in pink waving. That's awesome. Yep. And Janice says, just back from somewhere.
Eating too.
Oh, yeah.
Back from the dentist.
Oh yeah. Yuck.
Well, this will be a nice reward, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully it went well. And yogurt and nuts is awesome. I love yogurt with anything.
Hi, Claudia.
Hey, Claudia. That's awesome. Yeah, welcome aboard. Spicy soup to help ward off colds. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah. Smart idea.
Yeah.
I remember when our nephew was little, he came to stay with us. Well, he and his sister. And he got a bad cold while he was with us, or was coming down with one. So I had him drinking hot lemon with cayenne pepper in it.
And honey, probably.
And honey.
Yeah,
yes,
those
of course.
are all good things for colds.
But it worked a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he took to it.
He still talks about it, actually, now that he's all grown up. Gunther! Hey, welcome aboard. Hi, shout out to Niagara on the Lake and the most ambitious gardener in it.
Yeah, right.
She says, just popped in after errands and picking up my pup from the groomers. Wow, yeah, you. If I know you, you're like this way, that way, every which way. So thank you for dropping by.
It's a busy time of year for everybody, I know, or most people. And
Nellie says, old-fashioned chamomile. Yeah, that's a go-to as well, for sure. Anne says, drowning in a mountain of wrapping paper. Yeah, we don't do much in the way of gifts anymore, but we used to, and my parents did.
We pulled all-nighters. Yeah, wrapping presents.
I no matter how many presents we had, I wanted to make each one like amazing,
conceptual and beautiful. Can you imagine that's what she did? Yeah.
And now I don't have the patience for it. But back then, yeah, we did all-nighters to like probably more than one leading up to Christmas, because we were
insane.
Young
we
and
bought
foolish,
we
right?
bought so many presents.
Oh my
it was
God,
crazy.
Yeah. So and I definitely feel you. Yeah, and so she's going to do some wrapping while she's hanging out with us, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
so,
that's a great thing.
Yeah. I'm afraid due to like YouTube's policies about music, we won't be playing any holiday music.
We don't want to get banned.
No, you don't want a copyright strike. That's the last thing you want. I think there might be something royalty free, but
we didn't have the time.
No, exactly. And yeah, so maybe next time. So
well, no, even if it is, it wouldn't be any of the old familiar stuff that people would enjoy. So
yeah. Gunta says, add a shot of your favorite booze to the tea. It works. Well, alcohol is a sterilant. So I know a guy who used to work with us swore by, when a cold was coming on, having a lot of whiskey, and I thought, yeah, but you like whiskey, don't you? Yeah, but to each their own. So.
Whereas my cousin, who doesn't drink, swears by drinking a gallon of water. He'll measure out a gallon of water and drink it
to sort of flush,
as quickly as he can.
To sort of flush it out. Yeah.
Not many people can drink a gallon of water in a short time, but
no,
he can.
And Gunta says, you could just sing. Well, we definitely don't want me singing, Gunta. And Kim is probably going to be too busy with her gel plate printing, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So. I definitely want to get to the gel
Rebecca.
plate.
Yay! How are you? Yay!
And Kirk.
That's awesome. That's great to have both of you guys along. Thank you.
Lovely to have you here.
Yeah, it's been too long. Wow. Have we even seen you this year at all in person? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, and that's the case for a lot of people. I've only taught a few things in person this year.
And I had 2 surgeries this year, so I don't get out much.
No. But
So
from
if you're
here
wondering
on-
why you never see me out and about, that's
From
why.
here on, she's now just going to be Supergirl, going straight into
Going out once a month.
into the into a brighter future. So
Yeah, definitely.
all right, I think it's time we got.
I think we got to get the gel plates going.
Exactly.
What do you think? Anyone else joining us in the gel plate activity? And if not, we've heard someone is wrapping and someone's just hanging out.
Yeah,
so
which is all good.
What else is going on among you?
Let us know what you're doing, what you're snacking on, what you're quaffing.
Yeah.
And
anything. I'll just because it's good to just share the warning. I'm sure you all know. Don't share anything in the chat that is private or confidential, because this is YouTube and the internet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just be aware of that. Okay, time for some tea. You want to do a cheers?
I really do. Cheers.
Isn't her nutcracker mug cute?
Here's to the
season. It's dimensional too.
Yeah. Here's to the season. Here's to you guys. Here's to
to a very good year for all of us next year.
Yes, exactly. A good new year and an excellent holiday before it.
And a healthy one. A healthy holiday and a healthy year.
The older we get, the more important that healthy is, right? So yeah. I am gonna kick off by doing some stencils.
Yes, me too.
Just winged stencils off the top of my head.
We're just going to use premium bond to make our stencils because we're just winging them.
Yeah.
None of the fancy stencil cutting stuff
This doesn't even feel like premium.
Yeah, this is premium. Oh, maybe you've got a straight. Yeah, that's not.
Right. That also doesn't
okay, let's put that there.
Right. They can be roll-offs. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. None of the fancy stencil making materials I was sharing with students at my last gel plate workshop. Because sometimes you just want to wing it.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, you're not trying to do anything serious, I guess. But the nice thing is that if you come up with something good, then you can, of course, translate it into something more durable.
Yeah, make a better version of it.
Yeah.
Oh, quite motley assortment of paper here. This definitely also doesn't.
Well, there are two kinds of premium, I know.
Right. This
one's
feels
28,
like
one's 32.
I'm going to grab a couple of these.
Let's flip this
and we
over.
will check in with comments every so often.
Yep.
In fact, I better do it now because
you press the ruler there.
Busy.
Thank you.
Chatting.
Oh,
and
good.
I don't want to lose.
I'm so glad. Yeah. Oh, we got to scroll down.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys, I love it.
So Janice says, "Really, a policy?"
Is that about YouTube?
I think. I think she was probably teasing us about the fact that we were saying don't mention anything personal, personally sensitive.
Oh yeah, just for your own safety and maybe privacy.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, it's just because
it's literally everybody in the planet can see it.
Could watch this, yeah, exactly.
Including people who don't mean you well.
Yeah, exactly. So if your partner's planning, if you're planning to give your partner some sexy lingerie, maybe this is not the time to
well, unless you wish to share that with the world, I suppose. Just fortunately, you can't share pictures.
Yeah,
so Gunta says my upcoming courses sound good. Hoping she can swing one or two. That would be awesome, Gunta. I would love to have you back as usual. Oh no, Mia, you've had so many trials and tribulations with your gel plates. I'm so sorry. She said, don't use Posca markers on your gel plate. It's hell to get the paint off. Oh, okay. Mia, you can absolutely use Posca markers on your gel plate. Here's the deal. If you're having trouble, first of all, you do pickup prints using white paint, right? Just to get the residue off. And then it'll leave a ghost behind. And I think the baby oil's on your side on the bottom shelf. Oh, right. There's a little bottle, though.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We don't need to use a giant
no,
bottle.
It was what I saw first. So.
Baby oil is your best friend after using any kind of marker, whether it's paint marker, pigment marker. You can use all kinds of markers on gel plates. I think people use alcohol markers. I don't have any, so I can't speak to that. And you just thoroughly coat the plate in that, let it sit for a minute or two, and then wipe it off with a clean paper towel. Yeah. And then give it a wash with dish soap and water.
And Mia, I should say that while I use gel plates, Kim is really an expert on it. Whereas and she's taught lots of courses, and I only teach a few. And so another thing that Mia had trouble with during my course was she bought a new plate. And
it was doing all those resistance stars, right?
Yeah. So she had to look up conditioning it, and that was something I was completely unaware of, because I've only ever used your plates, and they're well conditioned, obviously. So
some new plates suffer from it more than others, and it can, I can recondition my plates with baby oil. As they age, it's mineral oil is one of the components of one of these permanent gel plates, and it can help with when your plate gets excessively sticky, for example. But anyway, so sometimes you can end up with that problem just because of too much baby oil, and so it's just a question of giving it nice warm water, just soap, let it soak in there for a bit, and then give it a good wash it with a sponge, nothing abrasive.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And Heidi, hello Heidi. Have you joined us?
Hi
before?
Heidi.
That's awesome. Yay, thank you for coming out. She says she's making paper snowflake for the window. That is awesome.
That's great.
Yeah. Are you doing 6-pointed ones or 4-pointed ones, or
this is Heidi, whom we met at the Japanese paper place sale.
Okay.
Washi artist sale.
All right.
Very happy to see you, Heidi.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Kim is my second brain, and
so Heidi, I don't know if you noticed that Elaine is here.
Yeah, Elaine is also here, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Annie says, cheers, health and happiness to everyone. Awesome. And Nellie says, good year of peace, good health, and much joy and creativity.
Awesome.
Philippa says, when I was much younger, my first husband made me drink whiskey and chew a garlic clove. Wow. It was horrible. My eyes and nose were streaming, but I think it did the job.
That's the eyes and nose streaming is the key to it. Yeah, that's the same with the cayenne pepper.
Well, garlic is well known for that, right? Mm-hmm. And alcohol.
It's antiviral.
Yeah, exactly. So, Lisa says she's working on a folio project for her brother and sister-in-law. That sounds very interesting. Gunta says, Kim, the leaves on your email are gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, they really are, aren't they? They're so beautiful.
That's that was in my newsletter.
Yeah.
And it was a special a kind of print I hadn't done before. So it's a photo digital image of 3 leaves. But I prepared this gorgeous sapphire blue washi paper with a pre-coat designed for digital printing, and then printed the photo digital image on it. And the printing ended up being so precise and beautiful. It was incredible. Thank you very much, Gunta. I was pleased with that.
And Janice said she was actually referring to the music and meant the YouTube policy. Yeah.
Well, what happens is copyright strikes. So Universal Music will say, that's our music. You can't play that. And then YouTube will make that part of your video silent. Not just the music part, because of course it's all recorded together, right? So whatever we're saying will then be silent. And then if they can monetize the Universal Music, in my example, they can choose to monetize your video, the one you made, because you've got, even if you've only got like 30 seconds of their music on it, you could have an hour-long video, and they get to monetize the
Oh,
whole thing.
I wasn't aware of that. But
Oh yeah,
I mean, you get a copyright strike, and if you get 3 copyright strikes that you can't defend, you're off YouTube. So yeah, so it's a serious thing, and I think music is probably there are other copyright issues too, obviously other people's videos and visuals and so on, but music I think is the one that most people fall afoul of most often. So yeah.
Well, I think it's also because the music labels are just that's what they spend their money on.
You know, if you have a friend who plays guitar and you use some of their stuff, it's going with permission. That's a completely different story.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway.
Let's go on.
Yeah, Elaine says, you enticed me. I have brought out her gel plate. Yay!
Yay! Woo!
And Heidi says, I'm absolutely doing 6-pointed snowflakes. Of course you are. Yeah, that's so good to see you again and say hi to Elaine. Yeah, awesome, guys. Yeah.
That's great.
Mia says, I like the challenges, getting my baby oil bottle out now to fix my new baby gel plate. Thank you. And Val says, stopping by for a holiday. Hi, Val. It's nice to have you on.
Hi, Val.
So that's Val Brubacher, who's
one of your students?
One of my students, yes.
Awesome.
One of my many wonderful students. And is also, I think, Val, was that course that you did with me for gel plates and the design with gel plates your first real go at using a gel plate? Because you were rocking. You were definitely rocking. And she's, I think, keen to find out about some of your offerings as well as a result. So.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. Just gonna make sure we're down.
Oh yes, Val, I apologize. I think you may have emailed me and it didn't go unnoticed.
It's gone unanswered, but
it's gone unanswered.
Right.
But
right.
But hopefully my email newsletter, because I think you subscribed. Hopefully that went some way to answer what you asked.
We're inquiring about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and
Heidi, I'm also going to make a kind of snowflake
awesome.
Here.
As a stencil or mask?
Yeah,
or
as a stencil or
right,
mask.
That's cool.
Or both.
And while we're on the topic of answering people's questions.
Yes. Do you have a question, Kat?
Well, actually, Philippa had a question that she emailed me about.
Okay.
And I haven't managed to reply yet. Sorry, Philippa. But this is actually might be a very good time because the person who can answer that best is Kim.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Philippa was asking about a recommendation for a printer to use for art that she can print thicker stock with.
Ah, yes.
Because they have a laser printer, black and white right now, and so it can't do that. And and she says black and white is fine, but actually, it's going to be really hard to find only black and white printer nowadays.
I can only recommend inkjet printers. I can't recommend a laser
and I
printer.
think that's fine. I think it's just
there's an Epson. There are different Epson printers that are 13-inch wide. Like I have a 17-inch wide, but that's another printer. Threshold
and they're
higher.
Relatively expensive.
Yeah. So, but you can get some 13-inch wide printers that are remarkably well priced. Like, I'm not talking about ridiculously well priced. We have to be realistic once they're getting up there. And you just need to go to epson.ca and look for printers. And would 13-inch be in the wide format? You could try the wide, specifically searching for wide format printers. And just remember that the cheaper the printer is, the smaller the ink cartridges will be. So investigate that cost. Think about how much you'll be using it. And you also need to check that it can handle thicker paper. Now, you haven't been in one of my classes where I've used my well-known to many other students ultra premium presentation paper mat, which is a somewhat heavier paper. That will run in any Epson printer.
And would it be true to say that if she wanted to run thicker stock, that she should look for one with a flat paper path?
Yes, a
So,
straight paper path, which doesn't mean 100% straight. What it means is that you can feed it from the back and it goes through the front, or alternatively, this is rarer, but feed from the front and it just goes in and back out.
yeah, but most printers involve it sort of wrapping around.
Yeah, coming
Back on
from the
itself.
front and then going like this, and you see the bend? That's the problem, right?
Yeah,
That
with thick
stiffer
stock.
paper can't do that. So you need a usually it's a rear paper feed that comes out the front printed.
Yeah, so we have one of those. Well, we have a couple of those printers. And
Oh, you know, I think there's either this model is still available, so it's the Epson WF 7820, or it's the successor to that one. We have that, and it is meant as an office multi-purpose printer, but we use it for tons of art related things because it uses pigment-based ink, has a big scanner, and it has a rear paper feed. And we have fed some different things through that. Like you can put some cover stock through it.
Yeah. I
Not
mean,
cardboard.
No, like if you wanted to put the back of a pad through it. Yeah, you couldn't do that.
But neither could my art. Like my art printer wouldn't even. Well, it might.
Generally speaking, whatever you're putting through it needs to be able to sort of bend about this degree, and not be like super.
Let's put the website in here, and our model is Epson WF 7820. There may be a successor. And so that's a 13-inch wide multi-function office printer with pigment inks for all 4 colors. Okay, so there you go. It's in the chat.
Yep.
So you can just copy that info or screenshot it, Philippa, and
and if you don't, if you can't grab it now, you can always go back and watch the replay.
Yeah.
And just dial it to this point of the
Yeah. How far in are we?
I don't see a time.
Tell us the time.
There must be somewhere. Sorry, we're learning our new software. Well, it is half an hour.
Wait, maybe
half an hour in, right? It's
28:40.
Yeah. So.
Oh, look at all that.
Kim's
Thank you very much for all the likes. We really appreciate that. It helps people find out about the video.
Val says, yes, I loved it and I want to do more about the gel plate printing. And she asks, can you briefly repeat the baby oil thing? I missed it. Also, what kind of paper do you use if you plan to sell gel prints? And must they be framed under glass?
The baby oil. So that was about removing the residue of pens or paint that has staining properties. And you just coat the plate with it, like not flood it, not a puddle, but get a paper towel or whatever and have a nice coating of it on, and just leave it to rest for a minute or two, or if it's very stubborn, you can leave it longer. And you can do it more than once if necessary, but I've never found it to be a laborious thing when I use baby oil. And it will dissolve the pigment, the paint, whatever, and the staining properties. And I have taken very grotty old, much much used plates
Yep.
and turn them into glassy, transparent plates again using baby oil, with the understanding that it may have too much oil on it. And once you've done that, and then what you need to do is, dish detergent is the best because it's meant to cut through oil, and warm water, and just let it sit in that for a bit, and then wash and give it a wash with a sponge, and yeah, then it should be good to go. And if you plan to sell it works on paper in general. So if it's printed onto paper, generally you do put it under glass, because paper can be damaged in ways that an acrylic painting on canvas can't be so easily. So, but that said, you could choose to varnish it, with a matte or satin varnish. And in that case, you could potentially frame it without glass.
Yep. Or you could collage. Excuse me. You could collage it to like a wooden panel and then seal the whole thing.
Yeah.
So gel plate prints are really great for collage.
They're sort of flexible for things like that. I also have a method of, at some point, I'll teach how to wrap a wood panel in nice paper and then
seal it,
print on it, or image transfer onto it, which is another kind of print, obviously. So, yeah, I hope that helps.
And another gel plate question for you, Kim. Mia says, can you use both sides of the plate?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if, for instance, you have it's got damaged, or you just like, the other side's clean and I want to print.
Yeah.
Right? You can do that for sure.
Yeah, you can use either side. There's no good side and bad side. Unless you've made one a good side and one a bad side.
And Lisa has really good news for you, Philippa. She's backing Kim up. She says, I recently bought an Epson Workforce wide format printer using thicker papers, and I'm very happy with it, mid-priced, and it's the same one we have, the 7820.
Excellent.
Yeah, and we
love
like
it.
That printer. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We thank our lucky stars that we bought it. And I have a heavy duty art printer, but I use it for particular art things, special art things.
Oh, cool. You put the comment and it put it up on both of our streams.
Oh, great.
That's so cool. We're learning so much.
Isn't this cool that we can stream on both channels? I'm so excited.
Yep.
I've wanted to do this forever.
Yep.
Because when we were doing virtual collage jam together regularly, not that I was collaging, but I was co-hosting. I thought it would be great to be able to stream on both channels. So,
and we also, like, from very early on, we wanted to have like more professional capabilities.
Yeah.
But
which this will, as we learn more of its
features, right? So
yeah.
The next best time is now, as the saying goes. So.
Well, it just seems like I'm always having to learn new tech things.
Well, you are very good at learning new tech things, right?
Well, I'm not as fast as I was in my 20s. Let me put it that way. And I'm annoyed. This is the funny thing, right? It's so the Buddhist in me laughs at me because I'm annoyed that I'm not. My brain isn't the same as it was when I was 24 years old. Yeah. But there's part of me that thinks it's unjust.
Well, unjust or not, it is. Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's. I can hear Pema Chodron now telling me, or Thich Nhat Hanh.
So you're doing snowflakes.
I'm doing a peculiar sort of snowflake.
Excellent.
Because of my folding pattern, I'm not even sure how this is going to turn out, but that's part of the fun.
You know that no two are alike.
Is that so? Yes. You're unique, just like everybody else.
Yep. We're all snowflakes, aren't we, guys? I can hear a bunch of you going, "Oh my God, please stop!"
Yeah.
As well as my inner voice.
Yeah, but you probably won't.
She knows me very well.
We've been together a long time. Okay, let's see what I've ended up with. Well, one thing I realized is I should have cut an edge. Seriously, like what's wrong with me?
Is it flaking off nicely?
Okay. Well, I still need to cut some through, but I'm going to see if I can get away with cutting my edge after the fact. That should be interesting, don't you think?
Of course.
I think I better do it with my X-Acto knife. This is me doing things backwards.
Yep. That's the best way.
This is how this is, you know, when I make discoveries that I then end up sharing in classes or with friends or whatever, it's because I have apparently a complete willingness to make a fool of myself. I just realized it wasn't going to work because I don't have a spine connecting those things. So I'm just going to have to go with the square, unfortunately.
Nothing wrong with the square.
I was able to visualize it well enough as I was preparing to cut it.
Well, and something I often say in my classes is or virtual collage jam, is I can't walk and chew gum. So if I'm talking to people,
yeah,
that's great. But my hands might just be doing whatever the heck they want.
Yeah, they're unguided.
Yeah, exactly.
They're inclined to.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, we knew you were busy, so we just thought we'd do this ludicrous thing. Or if my hands are busy, I'm going to say ludicrous thing. If my brain is on what my hands are doing.
Well, I think sequencing, like I sort of have in my head the pieces, but the sequencing is a function of a logical function that isn't necessarily my strongest suit. Ingredients are my strong suit. Okay, let's see how this is there. There we go. So it's not really a snowflake, but it's kind of based on that idea. Well, it's sort of fun as a 3D thing.
It's a snowflake-based piece of art.
Ooh, it's sort of... This would be fun to photograph.
Yeah, it feels like a roof of some kind.
Yeah.
Like an architectural
there
roof.
We go.
Or a...
This would be a nice silk screen. You know, on a shirt or a bag.
Well, why don't you beta test it with gel plates?
Why don't I? So funny. Okay.
I bet you Lisa's snowflakes are looking better than that.
I pretty much guaranteed. Okay, let's think about this. What do I want? I want my Japanese paper. I'll just share what I'm using here. This is, whoops, Yasutomo Japanese sketch paper. It comes in a pad, 9 by 12, I think it is. Yeah, 48 sheets. I think it's 48 sheets for $24 or something like that. So it's actually a decent price for a half-decent paper. This is not as fine as Japanese Paper Place sells washi papers that are beloved by very high-end printmakers because the surface is just unreal for printing on, plus the qualities of the visual properties of the papers. So it's not, it's not that level. It has a smooth side and a rough side, but you can get this on Amazon. So it's very, it's it's not ultra low budget, but it's very accessible, and I like printing on it. I find it being on a pad is very handy. What are you looking for, dear?
Do you know where those candy canes from that?
Yeah, they're right on the table there.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah. You gonna eat one?
No, I need a reference.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
You don't know what a candy cane looks like?
I don't know how the stripes work. I'm making stripes and I'm thinking that does not look right.
No, because they look like
yeah.
They look like they're straight.
Yep. How old am I? How long have I been a quote-unquote visual professional?
Yeah.
Yep.
Quote-unquote.
Walking and chewing gum. So.
All right, I'm going to start with a dark background.
So Mia says, for some reason, I'm not seeing all of the comments. This is the information about the second printer that was mentioned. I don't think we mentioned a second printer.
No, we didn't mention a second printer.
That's why.
And all the comments are there when you scroll through. So
yeah,
as long as you can scroll up and down, you're seeing all the comments. Anything else? Oh, there we are.
Yep. Yeah, this is awesome. It's from IKEA.
Oh, Annie says, me too. I suspect if you signed in with Cat, you'll only see comments from others with Cat.
Oh. Well, that's annoying.
Oh. I'm sorry.
There's... Okay. I'm going to do a test. Click on... See, there's an add to broadcast.
Add where?
Underneath each comment.
Oh, okay.
So try clicking on one of those, and maybe that means it will get added to everyone, to the whole.
Maybe the printer thing I should do that with?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, add to broadcast. Oh, that's what it does. It puts it,
okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
You see it on our screen now? Of course, it takes a few seconds for anybody's comment to show up. Do you see the overlay of cat honey with the Epson.ca
Don't forget
model?
there's a delay, so even if they do. So meanwhile, let's answer some of the questions. But that's something.
Oh, and who mentioned that they bought it? Was it?
It was
Lisa.
Yep.
Lisa asked, "How long have we been together?"
Very long.
In a matter of
2 months.
6
weeks. Yeah.
We will have been together 35 years. I can't believe I can say that. It's crazy.
You and me both.
Okay, just trying to find Lisa's. There we are. Okay, so I'm going to put... Here's Lisa's first comment about the printer that which is the same as we used. And this is the second one. Okay, which is it's exactly the same thing I had in mind. So.
But I guess that makes sense that comments on your channel and comments on my channel would be
just kept to the channel. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So it's good that Kat's reading out the comments.
Yeah, and maybe we'll be able to sort that out for future.
Yeah, I don't know if it's possible. Yeah,
it may not be, but it might be.
Here's my Payne's gray.
And while you get going, I'm going to finish with comments. So,
and I'll just take that comment down that I have overlaid, just so that we can.
Yeah. So Lisa says, if we bought it again, would we want to change it? Change anything? No, we actually own 2 or 3 of these now.
Oh, what?
The Raskog.
Oh, the Raskog?
Yeah. And would we change anything about it? No, it's actually really great. It's on wheels, and it's what is it, $50-ish or something?
Yeah.
Like? Yeah.
So the only thing I'm annoyed about is IKEA used to make a cutting board that also functioned as a lid so that you could turn this into having a tabletop surface. But we were at IKEA for the first time in ages last night, and they no longer make that. So we're going to have to make our own out of a cutting board.
Yeah, but it was nice. It nested. It's
and it had cutouts for this part. We also bought, Kat, would you mind getting the little cups that we bought? We bought things that you can stick on to or hang off of the lip that allow you to, and also, of course, it's magnetic, right? So you can put anything magnetic on here, which is amazing too.
I'm going to put them on this end
because
that way
it's not in the way. Sorry. There. So now, I could stick those things in there.
Yep. Or the taller pants or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
And these aren't related, but they work. So the one thing is it's not adjustable like the.
Well, the middle one is.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. Shut my mouth.
The top one has to be where it is. The bottom one has to be where it is. But the middle shelf you can
adjust where you put it. Right. Okay. So that's good.
So if you need taller things in the bottom, that's good.
And the bottoms are perforated.
Yeah.
So that if you spill some paint, you can make sure you get all 3 layers.
Yeah. So it get right onto the floor.
Yeah.
But it's very sturdy, and these days,
things that are
finding something that's actually sturdy
are rare. So
yeah. Did you put some gloves in a bottle on your hands?
No.
You might want to.
Okay.
Just to.
Yep. Thank you. I'm not even sure I'm going to get to gel plate printing.
Well, I'm going to give it the old college try,
awesome,
as they say.
Awesome. I'm going to read some more comments. So
okay, excellent.
Mia says I clicked on the link Kim sent in her latest newsletter, holiday live stream. Yeah. So what?
And it worked.
So anyone who's coming, you will see comments from anyone who also joined Kim's live stream, and anyone who's on my channel will see comments from people on my channel, but not across. So
yeah, sorry about that, everybody.
No, we didn't anticipate that, but
hey, at least we can do it from both channels. So that's kind of fun.
And Janice says, came across podcasts you did together a while ago with Lisa.
Yeah. We, Lisa?
Yeah. No, you may not know her, but she just came across them online. Yeah, they were awesome. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, so did I.
I don't know, what's her last name again? Irvine.
Lisa Irvine.
Yeah.
Lisa she's a recent mother, so she's been busy.
She may not be doing them as frequently, but she is a force of nature.
She really is.
She was doing that podcast while teaching full-time art at the high school.
Well, I think she'd switched from art to career.
Oh, yeah, something else. But yeah,
co-op programs.
I know. I can only imagine having that degree of that amount of energy. So.
Yeah. It's not part of my life.
Heidi, I love that. So speaking of your thing there, she says snowflake adjacent. That's awesome.
Snowflake by Albers.
Yeah, that's right.
Too funny.
I'm gonna figure out how to scroll this down here.
So with the mouse, just one finger.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm just getting a ground onto this paper before I start printing layers onto it. And I'll have another piece of paper that I'm going to have to do a second layer because that's not dark enough. I want a darker.
So Val says there are some other comments just about the things we've been discussing.
Yep.
That we don't really need to read about figuring out the channel thing.
Yep.
But thank you guys. And Val says congratulations, thank you. And Annie says no, that's more about that. Lisa says, wow, I've been with my mate 30 years. Yeah, it's
wow.
It stood the test of time. That's all.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yep.
It's an accomplishment. One I'm proud of. Because, you know, you can see how miserable as sin we are together. Oh, the thing's clogged.
Rebecca says she just texted me the Google comment setting page. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Later,
we'll read it later and see if it helps.
Val asks, is baby oil good for cleaning the brayer as well?
I would be inclined, I think I would be inclined to use Murphy's oil soap on the brayer. The reason I'm hesitating is because the plates, one of the constituent elements in the plates is mineral oil. And so that I think that has something to do with why it's so effective on this. The baby oil is so effective on it. Whereas this, the rubber of whether you have a hard or a soft rubber brayer, baby oil is not part of it. It's not going to hurt it. You just have to give it a really good,
but it may not be as
good wash.
Either, right?
I don't think it'll be as effective, but in that, I find soaking in Murphy's oil soap, giving it a scrub with a soft nylon brush, and then another soak if need be. You know, it can be overnight. It gets everything off. When I want to get everything off. Most of the time I don't worry about it, but every now and again it is a good idea. Ooh, that's thin. Guess I better shake this.
So, Debbie, I'm confused when you say try 42.
Try 42. Oh, 42 years. You've been together 42 years with your...
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Now
with your sweetheart.
I was thinking about it in terms of like, is that like a cleaner that I haven't heard of, 42? You know,
but it is the meaning of the universe.
It is, yes. Lisa says, truly be very proud. And of course, Mia... Debbie, now you struggled too with those marks that your plate was giving you. Now Debbie wants to know how to make them.
Yeah.
She says, "How do I get crystal formations on the jelly plate?"
Have too much oil on your plate. Rub some baby oil into it, and then what will happen is that water-based things like acrylic paint will tend to bead off of it. Oh, now it's coming through reluctantly. Yeah, I should have pre-rolled this on the small plate. I don't have all of my brain because I'm talking and thinking about you guys. So yeah, once again,
there are worse things to think about.
Absolutely. I'm blessed to... Okay, I'm just going to print this little dog's breakfast here because I need to do it properly. And I'm not going to get to properly without getting rid of what's here. And nothing need be wasted in gel plate printing, right? It's all a layer. You can do 6 strange layers that don't work together, and yet somehow by making the right choices, editing, you can end up with a really neat print. So I'm going to get this off. I'll share it with you so you can enjoy my... It's nice and grungy. So actually that'll look great with another layer of something on it. So I'll get my baby wipe and do my second coat on the Payne's gray layer. I don't know, maybe we should have made this a 3-hour live stream to get anything done, right?
Well, we could extend it. People don't have to necessarily hang out.
Yeah,
with us
you don't have to
unless they
stay
want
with
to,
us
right?
unless you
Yeah.
want to. But
Yeah.
we might need to go a little longer just
for our own sake to see something. You know how disappointing it is when you've been working and you don't have anything to show.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty funny, but it
funny.
Could well be the case, I think.
So this is what I should have done. I have this little plate here. It's a 5x7 inch plate, and to work more like a proper printmaker, this laying out your paint on this smaller plate is a way to load up your brayer properly. You don't have to do this. You can do it directly on the plate. I've done that for years, but I've become enamored of doing it the proper printmaking way.
Because a normal printmaker or a professional printmaker would use a piece of glass or acrylic, right?
Exactly. And it loads up your
plate, your brayer
nicely.
And can you then go back and reload from that?
Absolutely.
I don't know. Gel plate printing already takes forever, so.
Right. It's not instant enough for you.
No. That was a joke.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that we do seem to be taking forever on it.
Yeah. It's fun though, isn't it?
Totally.
Okay. So I have both of my plates mounted to a piece of plexiglass or acrylic that's rigid.
Did someone cut those the right size for you?
Someone did.
Wow.
And
on your table saw.
Yep.
Can you pass me the ruler?
Yep.
Sorry. All right. I'm shut up.
Trying to get this plate down. And one of the nice things is you can then flip it over. You can do this with the flexible clear sheet that comes with the plate as well, but it's just less easy because it's not rigid, so the plate doesn't stay flat. But then once it's adhered, I can flip it over and then use I love using these Bondo things as burnishers, but I also have a traditional Japanese Baron. Made of...
She's throwing jargon around.
Natural materials.
Better explain what a Baron is.
Baron is a burnisher for printmaking specifically. Okay, now look at that lustrous dark. That's much better. So, yeah. Sometimes you have to do a double layer. A double hit. Where did I put my... There it is. Okay. Just wiping off the residue before I come back at that red one. Now this is the only problem, of course, is I don't have like a stack of these. So I will just have to... Oh, where's the spray bottle? You see my red spray bottle there by the...
Right up.
So I have to clean this off now. But that's no big deal.
Or baby wipes.
I know, but I don't want to... I can just use water.
No, that's fine. I just thought I'd let you know in case. All right, I better check on comments because you guys have probably been chatting up the storm while I've actually managed to cut a couple of things out. So, oops, funny bone.
Truly be very proud. Thank you, Lisa.
Rebecca says she uses a hard plastic tray for loading paint. Yeah, that's perfect. Anything that's sort of flat and
what does she use?
A hard plastic tray. And Val,
yeah.
And Val says totally agree with that. One, time consuming but sort of addictive. Yeah. Well, I mean I was joking because it can happen very fast, but once you start getting involved with what you're making, and I know you were, Val, you were getting you were cooking.
That's awesome.
The time just starts going by, but you'll have like a whole whack of prints to show for it.
Yeah,
too, right? So
gel plate printing is as a printmaking form known for being very fast and responsive, and so it's easy to get really iterative very quickly.
Yeah,
and that's one of the beauties. Is I find it's it can help you learn more quickly because you can see results more quickly. Even before you have the technique down. You don't have to be a masterful at it to learn tons.
If we're I'm a big fan of things that happen quickly because that's
why you're a collage artist, I guess.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say collage is like it as well because you get feedback quickly, and we learn by like doing something, looking at it, thinking, oh, that isn't what I wanted, but oh, that's cool, and so then like, oh, but okay, how would I change? What do I need to change? And if it takes you many hours to get to the point where you can look at something to evaluate it, and then you change it, and then you have to do several more hours. It's not that sort of quick back and forth the way gel plate printing is. So
yeah, and there's something about how the brain responds to that I think is important. When it gets quick feedback, it can make connections, literally physical connections, quickly, and so you end up with a network of knowledge in there.
So Mia says that in Europe you can buy gel plate with the plexi plate together. That's
nice.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
You can, of course, go to Home Depot or equivalent, and they sell cut pieces of plexi.
Yeah, actually, this is something that you might want to be aware of because, like, we have a table saw, and we also have a whole bunch of like big sheets of plexi that we scored somewhere.
Well, and you can cut plexi with a more slowly with a knife,
with a utility knife. Yeah. But at Home Depot, if you go
a plexi cutting knife, one that's
okay, right,
has an appropriate blade.
Of course. Yeah. I would just be doing it with the wrong knife, whereas Kim knows that there's the right tool.
I would get the right tool for the job.
Yeah. But just to get back to Home Depot sells, I think 8x10 pieces of plexiglass that are designed for, windows that have many panes or doors that have many panes. They sell them for replacing those broken like a broken glass pane with a plexiglass pane.
I think I've seen other sizes too, because it's in where they sell cut sheets of Baltic birch plywood.
Right, other flat goods, yeah. But the 8x10s are very convenient because it's
well, the problem is 8x10 isn't big enough for an 8x10 plate. You need a larger piece than.
But it would be very good for a plate smaller than that.
Yes, you could use it on your 5x7.
So Mia says, where do you stream? YouTube and Facebook? Sadly, I'm still not seeing all the comments. Tried reloading. Yeah, reloading won't do it. You will see.
Mia, you will not see. If you signed on my account, you will only see the comments written by people who also signed up on my account.
Yeah.
Whereas the people who went through Kat's channel, you won't see their comments. Okay.
Yeah, so don't worry. But
Kat's reading them out anyway.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to read them all out.
Thank you, Kat.
Yep. Mia says, yet you have so much patience for cutting collage papers. It's true. I think patience is a what's the well, you have something to show, so why don't you show that? Oh, no.
Well, I would have described myself as an impatient person until I got involved in certain art processes that I love.
Yeah.
So
that's a great surface there.
So see how nice and
oh, it's so yummy.
So that's what I mean. I layered it on that old grungy looking thing, and because of that it's super rich and beautiful, so it's actually better than I could have planned
than you could have done.
Yeah.
Which is, that's like having a perfectly clean gel plate isn't really always what you want.
Yeah.
Like having a bit of grunge can really make the next print awesome, depending on what you want. But I was just going to say about patience that I think we're all selectively patient, right?
Yeah.
If it's something that there are things that we just have no patience for, and then there are some things like, yeah, I can be patient with that sometimes, and then there are things we just like have no patience for, right? So cutting is definitely something I have patience for.
I think that making souffles is something I do not have patience for.
Yeah.
But I know people who make souffles, and bless them. I once ate a fabulous chocolate souffle made by a friend of my mother's who was, among other things, a chef. But he taught hospitality at various colleges before he retired. So he was the whole thing. He knew wine, he knew food, he knew hotel management, all of it. It's a nice friend to have.
Yeah, for sure.
There, that brayer off paper is a nice start to something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So some people brayer off into an old book and just turn the page when they are ready for a fresh one. And it ends up being the starting point for whatever kind of mixed media work they want to do in the book, which is really fun.
I love that idea.
Yeah. I miss doing and teaching altered books, actually.
Is this a new...
It's a brand new, so it might have the seal on it.
Yes, that's why it's not coming out.
I gave you a brand spanking new one.
So good when there's an easy fix, right?
Yep.
Easy solution.
I'm just, I thought I would pick up the remaining residue of the red from this plate. So I'm going to end up with another ground. So you're going to have seen me do 3 grounds. Woo! The excitement. Can you bear it?
Come on, grounds are where they start. Come on, don't be... It's pretty hard to get something.
Well, actually, good grounds are really valuable. Oh, I'm glad I did this.
See?
I'm glad I did this. Isn't that a lovely starting point for something? Val has to run. Will we post our end creations somewhere?
Well, I'll post any...
On Instagram? Virtual Collage Jam group you could do.
Collage Jam group, I guess, doesn't make sense because it's gel plate, but I might post them there anyway.
I have a gel plate group that I will post it to, but why don't I post it on my Instagram and Facebook
stories? Or
no, just as a post,
right?
As a post, so that you can see it.
Same. Yep. If we get there. But thank you so much for joining us, Val. That was awesome to have you along.
Mia says she can attest to my baby oil cleaning solution working. Just took off a bunch of paint from my jelly plate.
Oh, perfect. Yay.
Next, it's going to soak in dish soap. I spend more time cleaning than creating. You know, some people never clean their plates. Like the closest they come to cleaning it is doing pickup prints, like I just did that last print, and it's because they like that grotty, the residue showing up in things and making things look grungy. But and sometimes it depends on what I'm doing. I might do a run where I'm being like that, and then I'll clean off the plate, and then I'll start again. Thanks, Mia. Glad you liked it. Thanks, Rebecca. Yeah, the red and orange look. It's nice because it's that weird mix of red that had a bit of Payne's gray in it. Plus, I put some red oxide, which is such a terrific color, and used yellow oxide to pick it up. So it ends up with a nice effect. All right, so now I should actually print with my stencil mask that I made before everybody has to go.
Is it tell me it's not like...
It's 12 minutes after 3. So it's not imminent, but time is marching on much faster than you'd think.
I knew I should have cut stencils ahead of time.
Yeah, it's just when would we have done it, right?
Well,
it would have been good, but
yep, woulda, coulda.
But you know what? It's not a cooking show.
Exactly.
When I say that, I'm always thinking of what formed my childhood impression of cooking shows, which was the Galloping Gourmet. Does anyone remember that guy? And he, you know, that magical thing of he pops the chicken in the oven, and then there's a second oven, and he just pulls it right out, and look, it's all done. And I don't know, I just, even as a kid, there was something about that I found very
disingenuous.
Well, not that negative, but it made me very
skeptical,
curious, like that something strange. There was something strange about that divorce from reality, I think. And to this day, I find it an interesting thing to contemplate. But yeah, anybody who's been a student of mine knows that they don't get the cooking show kind of class. Some teachers are really good at preparing all kinds of things, and so they show you the end product and then they walk you through it. But I'm not so good at that.
I forget where I heard it, but there was someone related a story where they were having Christmas dinner with their family, and the matriarch was in the kitchen just getting the turkey, about to bring it out to the table. Everyone was at the table, and she was in the kitchen, and a whole stream of expletives came from the kitchen, and then she came out in a couple of minutes later, a bit flustered, and she said, "Of course, I dropped the turkey on the floor. That's why I always make 2." Which I just thought was hilarious.
That is so funny. Oh my god. I think I'd better put some white into this.
And somehow the Galloping Gourmet thing made me think of that.
Yeah. Well, she probably followed his recipe then. I don't know. I just think it must be funny if you came from a distant land in that era and saw him do that. I just think that would be amusing. Okay. Now, one of the things about the this as a stencil is it's going to be quite thirsty, so it's going to soak up a lot of paint.
I've been busy gel plate printing,
Yes.
as you can imagine.
Yes.
So that means I haven't read any comments in a few minutes, so I'll do that in a moment.
Okay. I'm sure everybody understands. I certainly do. Okay. Let's get this down. This would be a good time for this, Baron.
I'm glad you're so trusting that there won't be. I'm betting I'm
I
not
don't
gonna,
think they're rioting or anything.
I'm betting I'm not going to get invited to very many Christmas dinners as a result.
Well, you better not be invited to very many because you've got one to make.
Yeah. Fortunately, I don't think I was going to be anyway.
Yes, we take Christmas to my mother, which includes most of the food and our presents. In fact, I'm thinking we have this really big 2-part present that we should just spray paint instead of wrapping, I think, don't you? You've got that airbrush. It's probably faster.
I was thinking that we would leave it in the car and give them
the keys?
Give them a small thing that says that that's where it is, and then I'll go down and help them carry it.
Right.
So, Lisa says a gel plate group. Is it private? Did you make mention of your gel plate group?
It is private. It's only been open to students of any of my workshops, but I'm here to say right now that if you're here today and you haven't been a student of mine in gel plate, you are welcome to join. So it's called Gel Plate Monoprinting and Transfers, and it's Kim Lee Co. is the account on Facebook.
On Facebook, and so you'll need to request access, and then Kim will.
And then I'll let you in.
And then you can post there and see. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. All right.
Just going to. I'll put a link to it.
So Valerie Ashton, not Valerie Brubacher,
yeah,
says she never cleans her plate. She uses clear tape to get any edges off, then uses the tape and collages.
Yes, that's another thing. Clear tape, packing tape is very popular.
Tape is really great.
I'm just going to open up Facebook. Sorry. Okay. Face. Oh, for heaven's sake.
Yeah, we've got a mouse, we've got a keyboard, we've got 2 people gel plate printing.
Yeah, there's nothing going on here at all.
There's plenty of room. Do you guys want to come on over? You can work right here.
Groups. Gel Plate Monoprinting and Transfers with Kim Lee Co.
That's the name of the group?
That is the name of the group.
That's quite a mouthful. But
it is, but it has to cover a bunch of things, right?
But also, I mean, if you just search your channel for gel plate.
Yeah.
For groups, right? You don't have a million groups.
No, I have a few, but I don't have a million.
Yeah. Gunta asks, what paints are we using? They look like nice containers. So these containers are actually ones Kim bought. And what she's done is put Liquitex Basics in it, because you know how with these tubes, which are great when they're more full, but trying to get the last bit out
and
is
they can
always
spatter
really
and
so what she has done is
plus looking through them is, I find this much easier. You can see the labels, right?
Right.
But I did hand paint every label.
Yeah, so
the color.
So each label has a colored. Oh, there we go. That's been labeled and it's been painted the color it is.
Yeah.
But it does make them much easier to scan, I think. So,
yeah, like just looking it over, and I can get them organized quickly, and it's tidy.
Yeah. So, so there's still some time invested to get it to that point, but then
Where's my matte medium?
Lisa was asking what's in the paint pot, so there we go. 2 questions answered in once. You need matte medium.
Yes, there was a small bottle of matte medium, but maybe it's on that table.
Yes, I think this is the one you're. quarter matte, 3/4 gloss, maybe not.
Okay.
Hang on. Masking fluid, that's not what you're looking for.
Check the blue bin.
Caddy?
Yeah, caddy. That's the word I was looking for.
No.
No? Okay. I'll just use this one.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
I'm doing a pickup print with transparent acrylic medium.
So Janice and Lisa say yes, they remember Galloping Gourmet. Benta asks, do they come with the color dot on the lids as we described? Unfortunately, no.
Handmade.
But, yep. Rebecca says her childhood cooking show was Walk with Yan. So much quicker, like gel plate printing. I remember Walk with Yan too.
He was good.
He was great. I watched him with my mom so many times. He was wonderful. I'd love to see it again. I should look on YouTube to see.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure someone's put it on YouTube. Yeah, so I should check it out.
Well, did there end up being 2 Yans who did cooking shows, probably. One had a different name, and it ended up being a little confusing, as I recall. I just want to point out that I put way too much acrylic medium on my plate, but what's happening is the wet medium is dissolving some of the paint residue on my brayer.
Right.
So you can see it's coming off really nicely. It's pretty funny.
Not the intent, but
no,
yeah.
But just
Heidi says, read The Galloping Gourmet. My young self was repeatedly thinking when he pulled out the completed dish, what is this sorcery?
Oh my god!
Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, exactly. Like, wait a minute, you just put it in, right?
Well, because I think for me, it took away the reality of it. Like, we were in reality, and then suddenly we're not in reality anymore. Yeah. We're in artifice. And, And that's the thing I guess I found puzzling and interesting.
So, Gunta is asking where we bought these. All caught.
Oh, I don't like to advertise them because they are racist, homophobic, transphobic, and I think they're signatories to that Project 2025 in the United States, that horrible billionaire-supported manifesto for the kind of hateful policies that they want to see happen in a Trump administration. So, but I will say it's Uline. Having given you the preamble.
Yeah, because
we
until we learned that
we loved Uline.
Because they were amazing.
The company's amazing.
Yeah. But
in terms of its, but they are like,
it's the same. It's like trying. Well, we shouldn't get off on a rant.
No,
here,
let's not rant. This is a holiday live stream.
Exactly. So, all right.
I think it's best not
question. Mia says, Kim, I love watching the snowflake template. We'll rewatch how it was made. So that you know not how to do a sort of a...
How to do a Joseph Albert's snowflake.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty funny, eh? Okay. Oh, because I wasn't thinking, I was talking, I've ended up doing something I hadn't intended to do, which is print this on a fresh piece of paper. But, ooh, interesting. This is a very low contrast, subtle, but kind of nice. So this is a print I'm pulling because the paper needs to get some acrylic paint on it in order to seal it up a bit. And so why don't I do another one? In fact, this is another way you can do a stencil. is lay the stencil down, use it as a mask or stencil, and then apply the paint over top. What happened to my brayer? Is that my brayer?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you need another one, just let me know.
Great.
Because I have a couple over here. So.
That's great. So who in our group here is making a dinner? Who's not making a dinner? Maybe going to a dinner, and who's hiding out and just relaxing and enjoying life instead of all this festive stuff. Maybe you don't celebrate Christmas. Obviously, Debbie doesn't. Is Hanukkah already happening, Debbie? It probably is. Maybe it's over.
It often happens earlier.
I may have missed it. Oh, I've spread it too much. All right. You're not supposed to spread it out like that. You're just supposed to spread it so that you can get it on your brayer evenly.
Yep. Kim, do as I say, not as I do. Co.
Exactly. It's the I do all the mistakes so you don't have to.
Well, you haven't cornered that market. Just ask people to watch my demos. What are you doing?
Wait, I'm pretty sure I copyrighted that whole process of teaching by making mistakes. See, this gets paint really all over it, which is nice. And now what I'm going to do, or almost all over it anyway. Oh, I should move that. Sorry. We need a print drying rack in hand. Easy reach.
All right. There are many places that are useful to store your paper towel, but not over top of the paint so you can't see them.
Yeah, that's generally ill-advised.
Yep.
Take the advice from her hard-won experience. I'm just getting some Purell gel.
What's that for, Kim?
That's so I can take a brush that's loaded with Purell gel and make a painterly sort of erasing of the over painting I did on the outside of this snowflake shape. I'll just hold it up so maybe you can see the brush marks in that corner down there. And now I'm going to peel this back carefully because I don't want to tear my mask. Nice thing is the more paint it gets on it, more layers of paint it gets on it, the more sturdy it gets. Oh, I just tore it a little bit. Careful, Kim. Jeez, little avalanche here. Okay, I'll get this little pokey thing. To peel off
you need a pokey thing, Kim.
Well, I've got one.
Always messing them up with the jargon. Where's my pokey thing?
Yeah. That'll be on the exam.
Oh, it's right over
Here's
there.
another avalanche.
Right
oh my God.
Right over there by your thingy.
Like I don't have enough to concentrate on. AKA bamboo skewer, of course. It's a sturdy one, though. It's not one of those little skinny ones. And it's not splintery, it's smooth, so much nicer to use. That's making me want to eat satay. Well, it wasn't a very complex snowflake, but it has ended up being complex to remove, but that's fine. Just have to be patient with it. That's the key. So that you don't get overzealous in pulling. You have to be responsive to the resistance. And just persuade it off. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm just going to give this another... in fact, do I have something I can wave at it? Yeah.
Hi.
I just want to encourage it to dry fully before I do a pickup print. Yeah, actually, you can see that. I mean, it might be pretty small on your screen, so I'll just bring it closer so you can see.
Oh yeah, that looks
how
great.
It's looking.
Yeah, it also looks great showing with your shirt showing through it.
Yeah,
it's a nice color combo. The red and the
maybe I should print it on the red ground. Maybe, yeah. I mean, it'll be semi-transparent, but it still might be nice.
So we have some answers to your
oh, good.
Your Christmas dinner questions. So
yep.
Debbie says, this is probably more about the Galloping Gourmet, but she says, hi all, I'm a former food stylist, so the trick behind the scenes was to make more than one of each of the finished dishes to present the best of the bunch. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I also know, because we used to be graphic designers and
art directors.
We didn't actually work for places like magazines like Canadian Living and stuff like that, but they would have test kitchens, and they would also use all these bizarre tricks that were completely not edible but looked amazing.
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah,
and
but it's you use shoe polish on the turkey, or,
yeah,
I don't know,
or whatever.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
Maybe Debbie worked at Canadian Living sometimes.
All right, Mia, you have to look up Joseph Albers, Albers, and he was
homage to the square.
Did a lot of paintings of squares, mostly focused on the color plays.
Yeah.
So they look boring in some respects, but if you're a color person, you can really geek out on them.
It's the collection of them that matters, not any single one.
Any one particular might be
it's a life's work.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful he didn't, so I don't have to.
He did it so you don't have to. Yeah,
because that would kill me.
Yep. So Valerie Ashton is doing Christmas dinner, but only 5 of us this time instead of the usual 10. So
that's nice.
That'll seem relatively easy. Yeah, that's awesome. Debbie says no, Hanukkah starts on the same evening as Christmas this year.
Oh, really? It's late this year.
I'm going to a Christmaka dinner with my son's family and bringing dozens of latkes. Ooh, I'll be right over, Debbie.
Oh. I can't eat potatoes anymore. That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's cruel. That is cruel.
Good luck, Kazar.
Annie says she's hosting Christmas dinner with her daughter's fiance joining us.
Wow.
So we're sharing our Xmas Eve and Christmas Eve and day traditions. Then it's her husband's family. 6 of them are joining for dessert for more festivities. Wow.
That's great.
That's so cool. Yeah,
that's so
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Mia is baking wild salmon, making homemade cranberry sauce, tartar sauce, to be served with rice stuffing that I have yet to find a recipe for, with some veggies. Need dessert ideas. That sounds awesome.
I mean, you are off to a brilliant start. Here's that print.
Ooh, that's
it looks
fun.
More magenta on my screen than it does in real life. I don't know how it is on your screen. It might be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely has an orange. It's more of a cad red.
It's naphthol red.
Right,
so it does have a slightly blue, but
not.
But anyway, that's sort of a nice start.
Beautiful. Mia says, you have to be responsive to the resistance. Reminds me of my conscientious objector days. Ended up in jail. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, there are some stories to be told,
for sure.
clearly.
Yeah. But thank you for resisting oppressive regimes.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
noble
a job that never ends,
No,
apparently.
exactly.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Debbie says, yes, I did work at Canadian Living freelance. Oh, okay, right. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
used to get hired by Canadian Living to do promotions.
Direct marketing for them. Yeah. Mia says, Joseph Albert is the color genius. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
He taught us so much about color.
Yeah. Mia says, love the snowflake. Need to learn how to cut it.
Okay. Well, I'll just walk you through the folding pattern's the most important thing. So first you fold the paper into quarters. It has to be a square, obviously. So fold the paper into quarters. Half, now quarter. And then, that's interesting. I thought I folded it. No, I just folded, and then I just folded it diagonally, like that. And then you see I kept a spine solid, but cut all the way through on the other side. Okay? So give that a try. You can just do it with scissors with fewer of these things to get a proof of concept on what you're doing. And then you can make it as detailed as you want, but just be warned. You better make it out of something sturdy if you're going to make it really detailed. This was pushing the limit. Okay. What color do I want to try next on this? I think something analogous. I see that it's 3:38. So I'm just going to say, in case anybody needs to leave.
Which, of course, we understand.
And we totally understand if you do need to leave. We're going to keep going just because we're on a little roll here.
Yeah, probably.
And you can always come and watch the rest of the replay if you want.
Later or not. Yeah. And
ooh, that looks fun.
But if you have to leave us now, we wish you all the very best for the season.
Yes.
And thank you so much for joining us. Yeah.
Thank you for coming. It's so nice to celebrate the season with you.
Yeah, and if you're game to hang out with us a bit longer,
we'll be here a bit longer.
A little bit longer,
yeah. It's 20 to 4. We could take it till 4. Okay.
That sounds.
I think 4 would make sense.
Yeah, that was about how long I was thinking.
Okay.
So that's perfect.
Great. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do here. Yeah, I think I might make this the same way. So that was laying this down. And then rolling out the paint. Cat is making something lovely and less systematic than mine. So that's good because that means we've got 2 different, totally different approaches going on.
I can be much too systematic, so.
Okay, let's get some paint on here. And Lakoff says, getting ready for the highlight. And by the way, I'm not sure I said hi to you earlier. Getting ready for the happy chaos of 3 sons. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Their partners and 3 grandchildren under 3. That is going to be a high energy.
Yep.
High energy holiday. Wow.
Yep. Send them outside to play for a while.
Hopefully you have some snow that you can do that.
In the snow or skating or something like that. Build their appetite. Give yourself a little room.
Food will be secondary to the activity, but drinks for all on demand. Yeah, they'll probably be much needed.
Yeah.
And much enjoyed. Yeah, that's great. I don't have quite enough paint on there, of course. Come on, get some paint on there. That's better. A little more.
Yeah, when I was younger, I always wanted to figure out some way to make more do athletic things. So I'd sometimes go out for a jog or or a snowshoe or something like that really early before Christmas morning, because it just made it. Um, I don't know. I liked that.
It's good for your
Yeah.
state of mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meant you could sit around more because you had been out.
Yeah. Burnt off some of the.
She's still like that, frankly.
Well, less so.
But now you cook the dinner, so you have plenty to keep you busy. Whereas in those days, your mother didn't let people in the kitchen.
Oh my God. No, you were not allowed. You were allowed to enjoy things, but
yeah, you weren't allowed to help or anything.
You weren't allowed to contribute.
Yeah.
Which.
Well, I guess it was one of her big performances of the year.
Yep.
In her.
Yep.
Estimation. So.
Yep.
Until she got older.
Just put the color that I needed away.
Classic.
Yep.
Just doing the same Purell brushing technique here. Okay. One of the things when you use now I've ripped this thing, so I'll have to tape it before I use it again. If you use just regular paper like I am here for a stencil, it's fragile when it's wet, and that's why the materials I recommended in the stencil course were durable, even washable.
I think excuse me. I think I need water before I say anything else.
That's probably a good idea.
Something I love about the various kinds of stencils you can use. You can either decide, like, I just want to wing it. I just don't want to worry about it. So you can just make a quick and dirty stencil with paper.
Yeah.
Or you can say, oh, this is something I want to be able to use, so I can really longer. So you might spend a lot of time developing the drawing for it, and then cut it out of like something sturdy like plastic.
You don't have to spend a lot of time developing the drawing if you know what you're doing. Like, you can, depends on like, I will make stencils out of sturdy. I just want to offer both viewpoints, because yes, you can totally plan it out carefully.
Yeah.
But I also want to mention, you can, if you're good at improvising and good with improvising in the sense that, sometimes it's going to fail. But if you're generally confident that what you will come out with will have value, even if it's slightly unexpected, you can wing it on more durable materials too, or with just a very quick sketch that you might do a few very quick scribbles, and then pick one and then cut it out. So there's the whole gamut is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, having the ability to work either way, more intentionally or more off the cuff, is good. I don't think you've really shared your. I mean, people can get a sort of oblique view of your
Yeah,
print.
sorry guys. So
You haven't really shared it.
yeah, so here's what I've been working on. It's sorry, get it closer there. It's just basically a riff using 2 stencils, a stencil that has the stripes of the candy cane, and a stencil that just has the shape of the candy cane. And
Well, that's nice.
So sometimes I just have the stripes, sometimes I have just the shape, and then sometimes I've lined
You
the
bring
two
it
up
together.
somewhat. Yeah. And I've just been building it up. I've also been putting paint on my pat. Man, I can't speak. I've been putting paint on my plate. Plate is the word I'm missing.
Okay.
Not fully every time. Sometimes just in a particular area where I want it. So it will just land in the stencil and then maybe a little bit outside of the stencil. So we'll get things like this edge here that have this. That's the edge of the paper, and that's where the paint sort of ended. So it makes it a little, I guess, sort of cubist in some respects.
Yeah, it's nice and spatial. There's a lot of spatial depth to that. Okay, flip it over.
And I just stole one of Kim's brayer sheets to begin with. So the base is the red. Some red sort of imperfect strokes from when she was getting ready to do her red background. And I just thought, I'm taking that. I'm starting there.
It has a touch of Payne's gray mixed in with it. Yeah, and that's why
so it had a nice, nice quality to it.
All right, let's see. Oh, I'm going to have a good ghost print. There. There's some sort of what I call chatter going on with the, like an op-arty effect with the rotated repetition of slightly different color and value. You see my plate still has some paint on it, so I think that's valuable. I'm going to print it onto something. Oh, maybe I'll print it onto this, actually. I think that could be nice. All right.
Was it, I don't even know if Anne, you're still with us, but how did the wrapping go? I think it was Anne who was doing the wrapping.
Right.
Hope
I forgot that.
Yep. Or if it wasn't, whoever was
wrapping, I hope it went well.
Yeah.
And I think that we've missed
some
a bunch of comments. So
let
me.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you all right doing them?
Yeah, I'll do them.
It can be hard to keep up.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. That means you're...
I so appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. Debbie says, if you cut your snowflake stencil in half, it looks like a menorah to me. Yes. Absolutely. You could... So that could be a motif you could work with. Mia said, okay, did it with you. Hopefully I will remember. Love it. Simple. Yes. Heidi, oh my God, my youngest would make these snowflakes that looked like that and fill the house with them. Love it. That's wonderful. Gunta, making 3 Christmas St. Nicholas dinners. Whoa,
wow.
3. I can't believe the energy you must have. Making beef ribs and sweet potato rounds with salad and beans. Wow. Games first and snacks and lots of drinks. Everyone will believe it tastes good. I'm sure it will taste good.
Yeah, I don't
You're clearly an experienced
no drinks
Christmas
required,
maker.
But why not, right? Yeah.
Janice, best to you too.
Yeah,
you may be gone already, but if you're not,
thank
I hope you have a fabulous holiday. Gunta, celebrating with Ukrainian refugee family for our second Christmas. That's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
Gifting the boys a large ketchup-wrapped fancy. They love ketchup. But pass for movies and treats attached to the bottle backs. Oh, that's fabulous. Heidi, I got to pop into the Walmart, and this was a suggestion I couldn't pass up and had to sub. Oh, thank you, Heidi. So nice to meet you too. Glad you could join us today. What a delight.
Yeah.
Nellie says, talking food, I made a quiche with French cream and butter, which we find here. My book group loved it, so I made another tonight. So yummy. I wish I were closer to share it with you. Thank you, Nellie. You're so sweet. Annie Bentley, why did you use Purell when brushing? That was to remove some of the paint and leave brush marks. So the both of those functions.
Thank you for asking. I wondered that too, but then I lost
I did
track.
mention why the first time I did it, but I didn't repeat it the second time. Mia, cutting up Joseph Albert's snowflake using Avery Label's backing paper right now before I forget how to do it. Well done. Nellie, it's midnight here, but I'll stay with you no matter what. You're hardcore, Nellie. Mia, love it, Katya. Traditional meet modern. Gunta says, I'm off. Thanks for the visit and points.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care. Have a wonderful holiday. Rebecca says, ooh, looking good. Both of you, but so different from each other. Yeah, just a bit, eh?
Yep, that's us.
That's great. And Philippa says, thanks so much for answering my printer query. Have been resting under a blankie in front of the TV, so I couldn't reply before. Well, that sounds like a nice way to spend this time. I see that we've got 8 minutes left of our new finish, but you're well along. I'm as usual, I've got 6 prints on the go, and they're all in different preliminary stages, but you know that's just the way it is.
That is normally the way I work. I don't think I've ever done gel plate printing like this before.
Yeah, just sticking with one
piece.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
I'm always like prints 5 grounds, then do the next step on 3 of them, then do the next step on a different set. And eventually later in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay, let's see what. No, I think I want to rotate it. Whoops, stuck my fingers in it. That's always good. Not advised. I don't actually have to pat it that hard. It's just me. The kid in me. Made that beautiful Payne's gray ground, and I haven't put anything on it yet. I have to think about that. I've torn my stencil, so.
You went to Payne's to get it mixed and set up.
Yeah. Ooh, I like this blue on the yellow. Very preliminary, but there we go. The ghost print. There's still some paint left on the plate, but I'm just going to clean this off now. Because I think what I'll do is make a even quicker stencil since I have so few minutes. Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Squeak, 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 squeak city one more.
Oh my. This is what I have to live with. For some reason, ever since we set up this live stream in advance, I've been thinking about stars.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I'm just going to quickly cut some stars. And they're just going to turn out how they turn out. And that can be a good way to work sometimes. You could, of course, roughly sketch them in ahead of time, but why do that when you can just improvise with the knife? I love improvising with my knife. I'm just joking. I do love improvising with my knife, but you do what you need to do. You don't have to do it like I'm doing it. Okay, now let's get another star in here. Well, kind of got carried away there, but that's normal. So why don't I make these edges all irregular? This isn't exactly what I was thinking when I did it, but you know, that's what happens when you get hands-on. The value of getting hands-on is discovering what happens. And roll with it. See what you get.
No pun intended.
No pun? I don't know. Maybe it's a good one. That's a fun wonky star. Which wouldn't have happened if I'd drawn it. Okay, where's my plate? Did you? Yeah.
I did.
Looks like we should get a new...
Yep. I had way too much ink on my brayer, so I made a mess of it. You can tell that we're oh, we've lost our comments. Are we still actually streaming? Did it end at... No?
No, we're still live. And there are 10 people with us. But what happened to our comments?
Maybe the window got knocked by a...
Might have. Okay, let me go up to the window. Comments. There we are.
Right, we just closed it by accident.
Yeah. So you can read now?
Yep. So Philippa says, all of the joys to the season to you, both of you. Now I will embark on some printing during the holidays. Awesome.
That's great.
Mia says, thank you both, Kat and Kim. Love spending time with you. Wishing everyone magical holidays and the best ever New Year 2025. Right back at you, Mia. Thank you. Debbie says, thank you so much for this lovely live stream. Love seeing you both in one workshop. Yeah, it was really fun to do that.
Yeah.
Wishing you both an awesome Christmas and New Year, healthy and happy. Yes, thank you. And
thank
happy
you.
Hanukkah to you and all the best for you.
And Christmaka.
Yeah, Christmaka, exactly.
Happy solstice, happy Festivus to everybody.
Okay, quick question for Philip from Philippa. She says, does vegetable oil work as well as mineral oil?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You can also use vegetable oil.
Val Ashton says, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Off to help John move a bookshelf.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Still trying to get new house organized. I'm sure it's awesome, though.
I bet.
Yeah, enjoy the winter up there. And see you next year. Rebecca says they're still here. Right, when we were looking for the window. Right. Good. Yeah, it was our yeah,
we just accidentally closed it.
Janice says we're delightful. Thank you, Janice. You too. Anne says, Kim, I love the layered effect of your print.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no,
with
it's
the
actually
chatter.
It's looking great, actually. Yeah, I didn't see it because I had my head down. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, that's so cool.
I'll just hold it up again for.
Yeah. Mia says, are there other comments on Kat's Design 101 with gel plates? Are there other comments on Kat's Design 101 with gel plates YouTube? No, that's the gel plates was a course, so those videos are done already. So yeah, they're not live streamed. So
I mean, people can leave. People
yeah.
who have access to them can leave comments.
And in fact, I want to get, including you, Mia, I want to get back to just getting some final comments commented on. So I'm behind. So sorry about that. Annie says, happy holidays to everyone. See you in 25.
Yes.
Likewise, Annie, thank you so much for joining us. Anne Lakoff says, Merry Christmas to you both.
Thank you.
Made the gift wrapping a pure joy. I'm glad. Yay. That's good. Thank you. And Rebecca says, thanks very much. Happy holidays. And likewise to you. Yes, I see it's 4:02.
It's been such a treat spending time with all of you as you say goodbye now. I'm just going to pull this last layer of my stars onto the double Payne's gray as my finishing
go.
Yeah. Okay. Is that your alarm for your fill?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
First layer added
it's
to
already beautiful.
I used metallic gold paint, and I'm going to layer offset stars as well.
Yeah, and this is more or less the same. I think I might have done one more stage on it.
It's so beautiful, Kat.
But yeah, I think maybe it needs like a really dark, like maybe a dark, like almost black green or black red. But I'm pretty happy. And then this one went nowhere, but I still find there's some nice stuff in it. So it's just not. It was a last minute thing. So.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So.
Lisa says, thank you both so much for this holiday stream.
Lisa.
Very much looking forward to your streams in the new year. And maybe some workshops. Yes.
That would be awesome.
That would be great. Have a great holiday season, she adds.
Thank you.
And
Thanks.
Rebecca says, love them both.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Love the last minute one, Mia says. It's beautiful. It's so spatial, right? Like, look at that. It's actually it's using all the familiar colors, some symbols of Christmas, but it's not looking like a traditional Christmas thing at all. And on the other hand, it looks like contemporary art.
Yeah.
Because you're a contemporary artist. There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, Dreamy, thank you.
And thanks, Debbie.
Yeah.
So
I think nothing left to say except happy holidays. All the best for the holidays. See you in 2025, and thanks so much for joining us.
And thanks for being part of our community in 2024. It's much appreciated.
Yeah.
Like nothing happens without you guys. So
thank you.
So I'm hoping that I will get stronger throughout 2025 so that I can do more and more things. And don't forget to send in your requests to us if you have things things you're interested in or whatever.
Right.
We can't necessarily in terms of learning or events.
Right away, but
events is another possibility.
Yeah.
But you never know what we might be able to make happen. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you.
Okay. Take care.
Yeah.
And all the best to everyone who joins us later on in the replay, whether it's before the new year or in the new year.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Bye for now.
Thanks, guys.